Hello and welcome to Sketchplanations, the podcast. This is not a typical episode. We're on our summer break at the moment. We've been away for a number of weeks and we'll be away for a few more, but we'll be back with you in August with our continuous stream of conversations for the curious-minded around the wonderful sketches, all to be found at sketchplanations.com. But we thought we'd check in and just make sure everyone's all right, see how people's summers are going. And even though this is not a true episode, the sketch that I want to headline with in this little check-in session is the virtuous cycle of exercise and sleep. It's something, Jono, you and I have talked about quite a bit over the years, isn't it? Because of the number of endurance events and stuff that we've done. You know, the harder you train, the better you sleep. The better you sleep, the more prepared you are to train. And it just goes on and on and on. It's great.
It's a joy. It's one of these super simple things that just can make a massive difference in your life. Yeah.
And it's relevant now, I feel, because, you know, resting well over the summer is we're on our summer rest. Hopefully sleeping well through the summer. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll hopefully feel more rested by having a bit of a break from editing the podcast.
Yeah, I think about it a bit like sharpening the saw, right? You take the break, you sharpen the saw. It's like if you sleep better, you're going to be able to exercise better the next day. If we take a break, we're going to be raring to go with all of the next series of the podcast episodes come August. Yeah.
Tommy, where's this most relevant in your life?
Probably when I'm on holiday. Because on holiday, I tend to do a lot more exercise, more walking, more playing in the beach, more paddle boarding, more tennis, more golf, any kind of sport. And so I do tend to sleep really well on holidays because we're doing a lot of sports and activities and adventures. I am worst at it often during work, especially when work gets really busy, although I tend to sleep better because of the work in some respects. But I try to get a bit more exercise during the week. I'm not quite as good as it as you guys, but on holiday, I will definitely be sleeping well through this cycle.
See, I've got a young kid now, and so the promise of sleeping well is just completely out of my hands. It's completely out of my hands.
Yeah, give it 10 years and you'll be fine.
Lovely, thank you.
The whims of a 0 to 1 year old.
I don't want to always moan about it. Yeah. And let me put, I've had a really great start. My little girl was a fantastic sleeper very early on for a good 6-7 months, but it's changed recently. And so now there's a fear of going to sleep because there's an almost guarantee you're going to be woken up at some point.
It's very light at the moment. Have you got good blackout blinds for the windows?
They're in the post.
Yeah, they're vital because it's getting light at 4 and dark at 11:30. It's sort of impossible for kids to sleep.
Yeah, it's getting them down, isn't it? But I mean, the light most affects my sleep because of the cat. Because the cat decides, right, it's time for me to get up and start being active at 3 a.m. because it's starting to get light. Oh, man. So, yeah, sleep.
Yeah. Well, they spent all day sleeping, so, you know.
Yeah. This is why. No, it's not why we're on a break from the podcast. Everyone needs a summer break, right?
Yeah, I just sort of picturing your cycle like it's going around like this, and then it sort of chugs, and then it starts going the opposite way. And Rob's sleeping worse, exercising worse, sleeping worse. Yeah. Yep. That's you at the moment. One of the reasons I chose to do this sketch, and for reference, the observation of it, I first came across in a book by Novak Djokovic.
Oh, really?
Called Serve to Win.
Yeah.
And he talks about, you know, everything that he did in order to be the champion that he is, and, you know, incredibly diligent with his diet and training, and, you know, lots of interesting things all the way through. And obviously, you know, he was, you know, been at the pinnacle of his sport for so long. And I think typically it's really easy, or I don't know, there's a part in your life where you don't give the sleep side of this cycle as much due as it deserves. True. In your life. And so you might be doing lots of stuff during the day and working hard, and you don't because sleeping kind of feels like you're doing nothing. And he was very clear about, actually, a key part of his training is the better he sleeps, the better he can exercise and train the next day, which is the better, and the better he's going to sleep. And if you start exercising a lot, but stay up all night and you're not getting proper sleep, you're just breaking this whole cycle. And so I think for me, the realization here was the importance of sleep. And I think a lot of, actually, since then, I've read a lot more about sleep, and I think it's come a bit higher in the consciousness of people, like the importance of sleep as we've actually learned more about it. But for me, definitely, I think I've undervalued sleep probably for most of my life.
Because there's no substitute for it, is there?
I don't think coffee.
but that'll catch up with you, right?
No, absolutely.
There's no alternative.
You can't conjure up more hours in a day, and you can chew off a bit extra here, but you're gonna end up adding it on at the other end at some point. Yeah, no, there's no substitute. You're gonna have to catch up at some point to prioritize it.
Yeah, exactly. What I find quite ironic about this is we're having this conversation quite late at night in the middle of the week. And Tommy's on mute. Oh, that's how tired he is.
My go to bed alarm goes off in 11 minutes. So,
we've got 11 minutes.
Yeah, so I got to go to bed.
It's funny. I wrote in the little write up for this sketch. Actually, from doing this, I put an alarm on every night to remind me to go to sleep.
Yeah,
as a trigger to go like, don't just sit around, doing bits. You get your sleep, and then you'll be fresh and raring to go in the morning. And I think actually after this sketch, I think Apple did a lot of stuff with their phones, for example, which included a go to bed alarm, just as you say, Tom, giving it a bit more of its due importance in life. And
loads of smart devices as well now that we wear that are constantly monitoring our vital signs and telling us how much sleep we need. I know if I go for a run or a cycle or a swim or whatever with my smartwatch or my sports watch, activity watch, what do you call them? Garmin, basically.
Watch.
There are other brands. My watch, yeah. It tells me how much rest I should have before I go again. And normally it's like, right, 3 days. Well, that's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
But thanks for the suggestion.
Does yours tell you about how well you slept? Because if
it would do.
Yeah, if you wear it while you sleep, it tells your sleep was 86, or your sleep was 95, or your sleep was 17. I remember looking at that. I sort of mention it to my wife every now and then. Go, oh, look at that! I only had a 72, and she's like, well, do you need your watch to tell you that? don't you just know how you feel? Yeah, absolutely got a point. Yeah, I do not need my watch to tell me that I'm tired.
Well, I really hope that our listeners are enjoying their summers. Do you know what? It might not even be summers.
It's true.
It might be their midwinters. We do have listeners all around the world. At my last count, I think, maybe I'm being overly ambitious here, but I think we're notching 100 different countries that the podcast has been listened in.
That's brilliant.
That's cool.
That is great, isn't it?
Can you name 100 countries off the top of your head? Probably now's not the time.
Antigua, Australia.
A huge number start and end with an A. That's what I do know.
I can't think of it any more. Austria. Okay.
Yeah. Austria. Angola.
America.
All right, okay, we can't think of more.
Yeah. What can you do? Could you do the 50 states in alphabetical?
Jono could. Sure.
No, not in alphabetical. I think I could get there.
East-west.
Yeah, sort of. I'd picture myself working my way across a map. I'd probably get there.
I did that on the plane once with my dad. Back to the holiday theme. We did it and we named all 50. That was great. That was a nice little... It's probably great for him, passing a good half an hour.
Yeah.
Having me shut up with a pen in my hand and a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's turned into your mum later. Well, I managed to keep him quiet by doing all 50 states.
That one. Nice.
Lasted half an hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice one. Tommy, how do you often do massive drives across Europe, don't you? In the summer on your holidays.
Yeah.
How do you keep your kids quiet in the back? If that is a thing that you would like to do, I don't know.
Two methods. One is iPad.
Yeah.
Which are amazing. And Dad can have Wi-Fi. And that is just the most amazing thing. And now we've started reading, so they'll take it in turns reading, which is kind of cool.
What, reading out loud?
Yeah.
To the car?
In the car, so we'll have a book and they'll kind of, and Sarah will have a go. Whoever's not driving will also have a go. And that works. It doesn't obviously last that long, but
no, but that's quite
fun.
cool.
Yeah,
just
it's
invented
really fun.
the audiobook.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Pellerin family audiobook experience.
Yeah, and between the four of us, our reading is all pretty similar, actually. The youngest is almost the best. You know,
do you take guest slots on that? I'd love to come along and do a chapter.
Yeah, exactly. Come and join in. We're doing David Walliams' Slime at the moment. It's great.
Oh, great. Who was that? Whose choice was that? Yours?
Jack's.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
He likes that one.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. I like that. I love that idea. That's great. Jono, do you have similar? I feel this could be useful to certain listeners. Do you have keep the kids entertained in the car on long trips?
Yeah, audiobooks. I'd get stuck into a long audiobook that everybody enjoys, which is not always easy to find something that everybody wants to listen to. But usually I think that's the best for us. I mean, we drove to Denmark one summer and back, which is quite a long way, and we listened to, I think it's 23 hours and 59 of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Right.
And that was great. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, you got home and the last hour they were just driving around London because they didn't finish the book.
Keep driving.
Yeah, exactly. Because once the holiday is over, we cannot come back to this.
No, exactly.
This is a holiday feature.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Well, listen, I hope, listeners, you are all enjoying your, let's just call it Julys, whether that's what I got hung up on last time, summers or winters. Your Julys and into August. We will be back with you, and normal service will be resumed in August. But we hope that whatever you're up to, you're enjoying yourselves. And thank you again for listening. And until then, go well, stay well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
All music on this podcast series is provided by the very talented Frank Cinelli. And you can find many more tracks at frankcinelli.com.